Hello. Welcome to episode 2 of Hivemind with Jade and Loie, who did not introduce themselves last time.
No, we didn't.
It took us uploading to realise that we didn't introduce ourselves. So I'm Loie and that is Jade.
Hi.
And today we're going to be talking about game mechanics that we love, hate, and I've actually got a list of things that I could go either way on.
So, you've got middle ground.
I do, because I couldn't decide where to put some of them. So
I was just cutthroat. I was like, love you, hate you. There's no middle ground.
Yeah, there was quite a few of those for me, but there were a few where I was like, it depends how they're done. So
okay, that'd be quite interesting.
So yes, do you have anything to add since our last episode that you want to tell people about?
I'm playing a new Dragon Quest 11. That's pretty good. I'm enjoying that.
Dragon Quest means absolutely nothing to me, but I'm sure there are people out there who will be excited about that.
You need to dive into the world of JRPGs. You're missing out so bad.
I know, there's so many games I haven't played.
My backlog is not even funny.
No, it really isn't.
I'm really looking forward to retiring.
For context, she's not even 30 yet.
It's alright, I'm just building a backlog, so when I retire, I've got all the time in the world.
You joke, but you'll probably still be there by the time you do retire.
Do you know what? When we retire, the age will be like 80. Like,
yeah.
It's sad.
Which makes that joke even funnier.
So are you like a glass half full person or a glass half empty? Are we going in with like the love list before we delve into salt, or are we mix and matching?
Well, my love list is actually shorter, so I thought maybe we could start on a high note.
Yeah.
And then
just
get
delve
salty,
into salt.
And then maybe touch on some middle ground.
Yeah.
Even though you don't have any middle ground.
But it's alright, I might discover stuff in your middle ground that I've forgotten about.
You might. So, do you want to kick us off with something from your love game mechanics list?
Okay, my first one is skill trees. I love being able to like customize like what skills and like what class your character smooth that your character has. So like Final Fantasy X, you can really customize what you're doing. I think the Final Fantasy 12 remake you can do that in. Dragon Quest you can do that in right now. So it's like just having control over what you do.
No, I get that. I actually had something similar in that I had it kind of when you're not tied to a class. So like when we played Divinity, we kind of, I think we swapped between so many different skill schools of magic and skill kind of categories, and I really like that because I hate when you choose to do something at the start of the game and then you get to the end and you're like, oh, I wish I'd done this instead.
Yeah, it was really nice in Divinity how you could go back and like reset what you were doing if it wasn't working out for you.
Yeah. And I must admit, I do, as much as I really don't get on with Skyrim, I really like their skill trees because there's just so many of them.
Yes, yeah. I always like maxed out the two-handed like straight away. I was like, that smash everything.
Doesn't surprise me in the least. So, something from my list, which you probably won't be too surprised to hear, is character customization.
Yes.
A game could be pretty awful, but if you give me the chance to customize my character, it goes up at least 50% in my in my esteem.
Are you the type of person that like even before the game starts you spent like 2 hours making your character?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I am also guilty of making my character and then seeing them in the opening cutscene and then thinking, oh no, I don't like that, and going back and remaking them.
There's a game I played where you make your own character and then you are like in all the cutscenes, and my face was permanently like happy. I'm really trying to think what game it was. So there's like this really sad scene and there's my avatar at the back just smiling the entire way through it, and now I really cannot remember what game it was, but I was like, I've messed up so bad.
You're gonna have to remember for next time, because I really want to know now.
I'm gonna leave a note. Oh, it was so bad. I look like a right idiot.
I love stuff like that. And like, even if it's not just like, you know, your appearance, if you give me the chance to customize my armor and stuff, I'm like all over that as well.
That was my next point. My next thing that I like is weapon and item crafting, especially when it shows on your character.
Yeah, that crafting is also on my list. I love armor crafting, weapons crafting, to the point where I prefer it in so many games to have my own stuff on rather than like the in-game stuff, which is often so bad sometimes. I
feel like you're the type of person who will refuse to unequip something for better stats just because it looks cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I am very guilty of that. In Dragon Age Inquisition, I had to make sure everyone was colour coordinated.
That was you in Divinity. Like, you always had the best setups, and I was such a mishmash.
Yeah, you were, because you went for stats, and I went for looks.
And this is why you died all the time.
I think you died more than me. Let's be honest.
Who won the final fight? Who won the final fight?
Okay.
Me.
I know how we can settle this. If you get to this point in our podcast, maybe you can leave a comment on our YouTube section whether you go for stats or looks over your armor and weapons and see which comes out on top.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
My next love one is pretty simple. Open world exploration. I love just running around a map.
Yeah, this is why we are the same person, because open world is also on my list. Yeah, I love open world games. Like, I've played so many where you're kind of stuck into a set level, and once you've explored it, like, that's it. And I'm like, I get so bored.
Yeah, that's why I don't get on with dungeon crawlers, because I'm like, let me out.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I'm so glad because so many new games seem to be embracing like the open world format, which is really nice.
It's just cool, like when you well, it depends. Like, you've got your first person open world, like, you know, your Witcher, your Skyrim, Dragon Age, stuff like that. But I do also like the old school Final Fantasy where you're running around on a map.
Oh,
I love it when you like just run around a corner and you're like, oh, I see a new town, or you're like, oh, I see a cave.
I don't play many games like that. I guess that's again the whole like Western RPG v JRPG thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that our list is matching up so far.
So far, so good.
Right, let me have a look down my list. Okay, so my next one is probably going to take a bit of explaining. And it's when you have like kind of almost like dialogue trees, but it comes with like morality options. So say if you pick one option, you get to be like a more evil character. And if you pick another one, you're like the good character. So they do it in Mass Effect, which won't mean anything to you, where they have like Paragon, which is the really good one, and Renegade. And then as you go on, that like affects your actions and your dialogue for the character in the rest of the game.
Yeah, they do that in Fallout.
Yeah, so I really wish more games did that rather than just kind of the same set lines no matter how you play. Like, I feel like it kind of allows you to play a bit more diversely.
I think that's what I liked about Dragon Age. Because there were times where, like, you know, when you got like a character and you're just like, I just want to hit you in the face, and it's like, oh, I have that option. Cool.
Yeah, no, I know. BioWare are really good for that. I can't, like, I was trying to think when I was making this list of any other games that do it, and I can't really think of any off the top of my head.
No, Fallout's the only one I think I've come across that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I wish we had like more stuff like that, especially if you put it with the whole like character customization thing, so that your characters are more unique rather than just like the same stock.
Yeah, and I think that would give like such a good replayability to games. Yeah,
because there are so many I think you only play once, because, you know, once you've played it, that's it.
Yeah, like,
whereas if you've got the option to play it from like different perspectives and, you know, different paths and stuff, you have to go back and play it, because you're like, well, what happens if I chose this option instead of that option, and etc etc. So yes, and if you don't mind me continuing,
no, carry on.
I have also got something that kind of follows on from that, which is I really like it when games have consequences. So you make a decision and, you know, good or bad, that has a consequence.
Yeah.
because I've played so many games where they say, oh, you have to make this really difficult decision and nothing happens no matter what choice you make.
Yeah, it feels like it was for nothing
if I'm making a decision to say if I have to save this town or that person, like if I choose to save one, I want something to happen to the other. Yeah. Not the other to be miraculously saved anyway. Like, it just feels a bit
I think that's
dull.
why I enjoyed Divinity so much, because I've never played a game where I had consequences like that. Where Divinity, if we let someone walk free, they would come bite us in the butt afterwards. Or
when
exactly. I go upstairs with a lizard man and I get robbed naked. Like, I think that's what made the game so fun and unpredictable. Like, it's cool. Yeah.
And you have the ability to, like, sell stuff that you need for quests.
Yes, and then you have to hunt every trader until you find it.
Which I have done a lot in that game. So, what is next on your list? Do you have any more?
I've just literally written in capital letters, magic. I like anything.
That's so vague.
I like anything with magic. I think I just... like, instead of just your, like, hack and slash, I do like having, like, skills and magic and summons and just makes the play, like, a little bit simple. Like, that point was quite short, but, like, there. Just not hack and slash, just like a little bit more interesting.
No, I do, going off what you said, I love summons.
I feel like not a lot of games have them anymore.
No, and I feel like all we talk about is Divinity 2, but in Divinity 2, they have some great summons. And they really help you carry some of the fights.
Bone Widow. I was like, what's it? Well, then I like Bone Widow. It's like basically a new party member. Like, so OP.
Yeah, there was Bone Widow, and in the first one, there was the skeleton dude who we named Tink.
Tink!
Also, for context, we named him Tink because the sound that when he hit someone with his sword was like a little tink.
And then when he upgraded...
he upgraded, so we named him Tonk.
Because he had a bigger sword, it went Tonk.
I promise, we're real gamers.
And who was my little zombie dude?
Oh! What was he called?
Oh, I can't remember.
I want to keep saying he was called Ned, but that's not it. Was it?
No.
What was he called? Oh, that's gonna
I want to say...
me.
Nick. It was Nick. Nick the Headless.
Yes.
It was Nick.
Yeah, he was really good. But yeah, I know what you mean about magic. Like, there's so much you can do with it in games, and it's always nice to see how a new game will like approach it.
The bouncing off like Nick. I love it when you have detailed... It's fine. I do like it when you have detailed NPCs.
Yes.
Like, I just keep banging the, like, Divinity or the Final Fantasy gong, but I'm just going to keep banging it. Like, when you walk around town and you learn stuff from them and you, like, learn their stories and, like... Yeah. I just think it just makes the world a little bit more fleshed out because, like, we touched it in another podcast, but I think that's where Final Fantasy 15 went so wrong.
Yeah, it was like, just so empty.
There was no NPCs. Like, it was so empty. And you had the same dude crashing his car all the time. That was the only NPC you had.
Yeah, I think you get that in so many games. They just kind of recycle NPCs. And you're like, didn't I see you like 3 towns ago in a slightly different coloured t-shirt? Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I was playing... What was I playing recently? Moonlighter. That game I was telling you about is like a kind of... Not like a platform. It's like an 8-bit... Kind of like fantasy Animal Crossing. And they've got so many... Why are you gasping? I told you about this the other day.
I'm just like bumped it up my playlist.
Oh. But yeah, they have so many like little townspeople and you can go around and like talk to them. And they don't tell you a lot, but like it's just so nice to have people to go around and see rather than it just be kind of like, you know, you go and you fight and etc. So yeah, maybe more game studios need to do that.
Yeah, because the reason I like NPCs is side quests.
When
they give you
I didn't put that on my list, but I should have.
It depends what side quests. I don't like... I really do not like fetch item
I knew
quests.
you were going to say.
But like I'm combining so many points here into one. This is great. This is multitasking. Like, when I give you, like, I do like a good monster hunt. Like, when you got to go slay a monster or you got to go save someone, like, it feels like I'm a hero then. But if you tell me to go get an item for you, like, I'm not courier service. I'm the pro tag. I need to save the world here. Like,
you see, I don't mind, like, fetch quests, especially if I've played the game before, because chances are I've already picked it up, so then I can immediately turn it in. Again, I think it depends the kind of quest that you're after. Like, I get really sucked into, you know, you have to collect, say, 10 of these bushes to give to someone. I'm like, okay, my pride won't let me not collect 10. So I don't mind that so much. But yeah, no, side questing is a good mechanic. I love that.
On the customizing aspect that we loved, when you have like a home base or like a den or a house, which is like your HQ, and you can like customize that. Like, there was one Pokemon game where you had like a secret den, and oh my god, I spent hours and I wasn't training my Pokemon in fights. I was fighting because I needed money to fund my obsessive customization. Yeah, no, I also love that. I haven't played a lot of games with that though that I can think of. I've literally played a handful, but I love it. Don't play Fallout. You can build like a whole town.
Yeah, I don't want
You would
to
hate Fallout. You would hate Fallout.
Yeah, I'm not a big Fallout fan.
You can't shoot either.
No, I can't. I can hear the like the angry fans already when I admit that I don't really get on with Bethesda games very much. But
no, you don't, do you?
I don't know what it is about them. Like, Skyrim especially should be the kind of game I should love. It's got so many mechanics in it that are on my list, but I must have tried to play it about 6 times and I've got no more than like 3 hours in.
Well, some games are like that. Like we said last episode, like Octopath Traveler was just sounded exactly everything I wanted, and it just didn't click.
No, I don't know, but yeah.
Just as you're Bethesda, just in your hate list, Bethesda.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't go that far.
Bless them.
That is actually
on.
I was gonna say that's all of my love list. Done. So if you've got anything else,
yes, I do.
Feel free to share.
Bang through them because they're not big. They're not big ones. Mini games. I love mini games. So like Gwent.
Oh yeah, no, I did put that on my list.
Did you?
It was supposed to be on my list. Yeah, I did. I skimmed right past it. Yeah, I love mini games.
Like all the Final Fantasy card games, Golden Saucer and Final Fantasy 7. I'm so looking forward to that in the remake. I will not leave, even though technically Golden Saucer will not be in the first game. It's going to be a few years before we see that one. Collectibles, like you said earlier, like when they're like, oh, there's like 100 of these scattered through the world, like you need to go find them. Like, I'm gonna hunt them down.
Yeah, that really gets me.
I got a few little ones. Soundtracks. I love soundtracks to games. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a hoarder for them. You've seen that firsthand.
Yep.
First thing we're doing when we go back to Japan is I'm hitting up them again. They were so cheap.
Nakano Broadway.
Nakano Broadway. I like long games. Like, especially the old school games. You can rack up like 60, 70, 80 hours on them
Yeah, no, I do like a good long game as well. Yeah, I agree on that one.
Like, I love Uncharted, but like you can do them in like 10 hours.
Yeah, there's well, I say apparently, I know there is. There's a trophy for Uncharted 4 where if you do it in 6 hours, and I'm really tempted to give it a go.
You're going to join the speedrunning scene.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do it with every game because I like looking around too much. But I might give it a go just for the trophy.
Yeah, you would have to literally know where you're going and just plow through, wouldn't you?
Like, I think you'd have to just follow the main plot, like no looking around for like collectibles, etc. No sneaking, just kind of in, shoot, bam, off you
in,
go.
Shoot, out, bang. Airships, when you finally, like 3/4 of the way for the game, you can actually fly around the map and not walk or I'm waiting for that in Dragon Quest right now. I have a boat. I'm up to the boat where I can kind of go around a little bit. Yeah. But like, I need to fly. I can't keep sailing around the world. It's doing my nut in.
Again, I think that must be like a JRPG.
That is a JRPG thing.
I never really come across that in the games that I play.
Yeah, it's just you always start with walking, and then halfway through the game they give you like a boat or a car, and then you finally get the airship. And I need it so bad.
You'll get that, bro.
I'm getting there. Secret dungeons and secret sections off the map. This happens in Fallout. They give you like the world map, but there are some sections you can walk off the map.
I'm not sure if I like that. I think it's because I'm such a completionist. I need to know where everything is.
I know your favourite secret section off a map, which you had great fun getting to.
No, don't shame me like this.
What was it called? The Piteous Dungeon in Final Fantasy 15? You could not land that car to save your life.
Look, it was a stupid little runway.
I agree. They could have made it like a little bit longer. If you've played
Final Fantasy 15, you will know how tiny that little runway is, and trying to land the car on it is not easy.
Because let's be real, that car was like 10 times bigger than it needed to be.
It was.
That was a big car.
It really was.
I just all your rage texts when you would crash.
There were so many rage quits.
Games don't have a lot of these anymore because I suppose the graphics are high enough. Cinematic cutscenes.
Oh yeah.
Like when you got to an important part, you would like put the controller down and you were like, oh, here it goes. Something good's happening now. But the graphics are high enough now, so like everything's a cutscene.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't have a lot of them.
Yeah, just anymore. Like cinematic. Like Final Fantasy 15 had a few, like the end, the start, which is practically just like the movie, but they don't have many in between. I just remember the start and the end.
Yeah, not really.
Like it was a shame Altissia wasn't
cinematic
screen.
That would have been such a good cinematic.
We're almost at the end.
Oh my god, you've got loads.
I've got two more.
Little one. Okay.
Having a party over having a single hero.
Oh yeah.
So I like having a party because you can just mix it up, and like I like to be quite a tanky party.
No surprises there.
Because I just like to smash in. Because I played Devil May Cry 5 recently.
Oh, the new one.
Which is just, complete surprise. I've never played them before. And then when I picked it up, I was like, no, I just picked it up because I heard like everyone was like raving about it.
Oh.
And it was pretty good. But you played as like one character each time. Mm-hmm. So after a while, I was like, where's my banter with my teammates? Where's my...
I love party banter. So good.
That's like the one thing Final Fantasy 15 did right.
Yeah, the voice actors, at least the English ones, I can't say for the other ones, they really brought those characters to life.
And my last point, guilds.
Oh.
Like, have you played Skyrim enough to get to the part where you can join guilds? Like the Thieves Guilds?
I think I got to the Thief Guild, and then I think I rage quit over something, and then I never picked it up again.
And that was it for years. You just haven't seen it ever again.
No. It's still in my to playlist, but yeah. No, not a lot of games don't tend to have that, really.
Again, JRPG thing.
Well, yeah, I mean like the games that I play. Okay. Alright.
That's it for my love list.
Okie dokie. So, time to get a bit salty.
Oh, this goes so bad.
Shall I go first? Do you want to go first?
Go for it.
Okay. The first thing on my list is something that has got me a lot recently, because a lot of games do this, which is when they have autosave only, but don't give you the option to manually save.
That's such a good one.
It drives me insane, because I'm the kind of person who has to save a game like 3 times just to make sure it's saved. I've always been like it. And so when you've got a game that autosaves, even like when you can see the little icon flashing, I'm like, well, how long ago was the autosave? Like, I like being able to save right then when I want to quit, if I want to, say, go to bed or go out or something. But so many games lately don't have a manual save option.
No, and then it's like, great, I'm going to turn this off, and I wonder how much I'm going to lose because I don't know where it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't have that one.
Did you not?
No.
That was like always at the top of my list. It's like my biggest pet peeve with modern games.
Do you want to hear my biggest pet peeve?
Go for it. Hit
And
me.
I want to know how you learn this, because I feel like we all learn this very differently.
Oh,
and that's
God.
full damage.
Ah.
I usually learn this from being lazy, because I see like a town at the bottom of a cliff and I'll be like, I ain't walking around, I'm just going to jump. So I'll throw myself off a ledge. I've saved it first, of course. Mm-hmm. But I will throw myself off and be like, oh no, I'm going to have to walk down because there's full damage.
Yeah. I tend to do the same kind of thing. I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to go and leap off the cliff.
Or just jumping off of buildings or stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I'll jump off that bridge. I'll be fine.
I used to do that playing Assassin's Creed a lot, where the trick was if you fell off a building, you push the like stab button and hope that someone was underneath you to like break your fall.
I'm sure that's not how the mechanics are supposed to be used, but that's quite ingenious.
It is, actually. I don't know who told me that. I didn't come up with that on my own. Someone told me that, and I thought it was really clever.
That's really good. It's like, instead of stop, drop, and roll, it's stop, drop, and stab.
Stop, drop, and stab. Someone needs to put out a t-shirt.
My next one I have texted you recently about multiple times, because Dragon Quest is a cow bag for doing this.
Yeah.
Can you guess it?
No, I literally can't remember what you text me.
Monsters in a chest.
Yes. Now I remember. You have such bad experience with this.
It's because there's 9 times out of 10 you're like in a dungeon or something, you're rolling around, you're like, right, like all my items are gone, my MP is low, I need healing, I need to get out, and you're like, oh, there's a chest, there could be a potion in there, yeah, sweet, let's go. Yeah, no, and it's usually something that kills you, like it killed my healer, and I'm like, oh no, we can't heal ourselves.
Yeah, I think my favourite thing was when you had that in Dragon Age Origins. That room where there's like 4 chests or something, and 3 of them contain monsters.
Dragon
Your
Age
reaction to that was so good.
Was already on tenterhooks as it was, and that almost made me quit. Oh
yeah, your reaction was the best. I really wish other people could have seen it because it was so good.
Damn game.
But speaking of dungeons, that leads me to my next thing that I hate, which is when you don't have the ability to fast travel out of a dungeon. So you have to walk all the way back through.
At least, like, some games, when you get to the end of a dungeon, you beat the boss. There's some convenient way to get back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
oh, so I thought you meant about like you get some items which can teleport you out, like if you're in trouble.
No, like, well, yeah, that too. But like, just generally a quick way out rather than.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Having to walk all the way back, especially if it's a really long dungeon.
Or you're already under-leveled as it is. Like, you're lucky you got through the boss battle. Yeah. And then you're like, it's fine, I killed the boss, but the monsters are going to kill me on the way out.
Yeah. I hate that. Like, come on, I've already been through once. Just let me leave.
Have I got anything related to dungeons? I don't think No, I don't.
No.
Yeah. No.
That surprises me, given that you are not very dungeon crawly. I would have expected more.
I have written that I hate very linear game.
Let's not even get started on Final Fantasy VII. That is a whole other podcast.
I feel like we're just going to one podcast bashing 13 and 15.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty much. Have you played 13.2 or even 13.3?
No.
Oh, you got to. I've got them. I'll lend you them.
13 was enough for me. I think I own 13.2. I've just never played it because I hated 13 so much.
I think 13.2 is the best one out of the 3.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Let's not get distracted now. So, do you want me to keep listing? Have you got something else? Because I've got a lot here.
I've got a lot. I'll try and go through my little ones.
Okay.
Fetch quests, we've already touched that, so let's get rid of that. Mm-hmm. Anything stealth related?
Yeah, you're not good at stealth at all.
No, just don't do it. Not being able to skip speech or cutscenes.
That's on my list.
Yeah, especially if you've died and you're replaying this cutscene to get to a fight and you're like, come on, let me...
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I read faster than the screen half the time and I just
I find that. Especially if you've got the game is like voiced and they speak so slowly and you're like, oh.
Yeah. That's irritating.
Yeah. Do I have anything related to that? I don't think I do.
I'm saving my saltiest one for last.
Oh, mine's just in any particular order at the moment. One of my other ones is when you can't control the camera or very well. Because I'm one of those people who, rather than move the like walking button, I use the camera to like walk.
Me too.
Because I use the camera around.
Yeah.
And I'm playing, what have I been playing recently? Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, I want to play that.
Yeah, it's good. But the camera is so awkward and I'm like, oh, I can't like turn it properly to how I like it, and it's really throwing me off.
Yeah, it's amazing how bad camera work can really throw a game.
Yeah. So that was, thankfully I don't play a lot of games that don't let you do that, but yeah.
Or cameras that like continuously snap to where you're looking. And you're like,
I hate that.
Please don't.
Yeah.
I don't look that way.
Yeah. So, what's next on your list?
This one's a meme. NPCs who walk slower than you and are trying to lead you somewhere.
Yes. I hate that.
Let me get there, and hopefully like a cutscene will kick in or something. You're like, come on, just walk. Come on, buddy, let's go.
But it's even worse when, like, they either your speed doesn't match up no matter what you do. So like, they might say like walk faster than you, but you run too fast, and I'm like, oh. Come on.
I think it's extra sadistic when they won't follow you unless you're close to them.
Oh yes.
You literally have to babysit them.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's so silly.
Oh.
I feel like this one will hurt you.
Oh,
Inventory limit.
Oh yes.
Let me hoard. Let me hoard stuff.
Yeah.
Because I want to sell it all.
That was actually kind of on my like could go either way list. I had resource management down on my either way list, which I will expand on when we get there, I suppose. So next on my list is something that I'm sure you're not going to agree with, which is multiplayer.
Oh yes, I love multiplayer.
I just hate that so many games, well, I say so many, like quite a lot of games that come out now are like really heavily multiplayer focused, and I'm like, I miss when the majority of games that were coming out had multiplayer as like a bonus.
Yes.
And the main plot was based on like just single player. Because stuff like, I think it's like the new Monster Hunter, you can technically play as like a kind of single player, but it's kind of geared mainly to be a multiplayer game, and I'm like, oh, yes, I would have played it if not for that.
Yeah, I do agree with you in that sense. Like I love multiplayer, but I do agree, like it's the campaign aspect of it which is suffering in a lot of games right now.
Yeah.
You know, the devs are just like, oh, it's fine, like we'll do like a little bit of a story, but everyone's going to be wanting to play multiplayer, so we're going to focus on multiplayer.
Yeah. And like, I feel, again, going back to Divinity, I feel like they manage it really well because you can play it, it's like a full game on its own if you play it by yourself, but you can also play with other people and it's still just as great a game. Like, the multiplayer doesn't impact it. So yeah, I am not a multiplayer fan. I'm going to be getting thrashed by some people listening to this. All of my controversial statements today.
That's alright. I'm sure I'm going to throw in some there at some point. A little pet peeve, a little tiny pet peeve because I'm lazy. When you can't slide down a ladder.
Oh yeah.
When you gotta like, it's bad enough you had to climb it, but when they're like, oh, let me mosey on down, you're like, no, just jump. This is why I jump, and then I discover full damage.
Yeah. Yeah, we are very guilty of that. I do the same thing.
I moaned at you this recently because I discovered it. When inns charge you more when you level up.
Do they? I've never had that before.
Again, JRPG thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to make a t-shirt that says it's a JRPG thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, most games, the more you level up, they know you're richer, so they charge you more.
Oh, that's so crap.
I'm not taking up no more room. Why? You're just rinsing me because I'm rich now.
Oh my god.
What the hell? Stupid.
So my next one is actually not related to anything we've talked about before, and it is about DLC content. And it's when they put important story information
I knew where this was going.
In the DLC.
Final Fantasy with me, 15. Final Fantasy 15.
I'm looking at you. Also, Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm also looking at you.
Ooh, you've gone for your bae.
I have, because Trespasser needed to be added onto the game, not to have people play, or pay, £30 for information that they are probably going to need for Dragon Age 4 whenever it gets here.
Yeah, because even me, who's not a Dragon Age fan, I knew that you needed Trespassers. Mm-hmm. Because so many people had moaned about it. They were like, oh, you need Trespassers.
Yeah, because
I would have gone into the new one and be like, what?
Yeah, because it sets up really, presuming where they're going with Dragon Age 4, where I think they're going with it. It does set all that up, but what's the point of putting it essentially behind a paywall when it's important?
Yeah.
And again, the same for Final Fantasy 15. There's a lot of kind of extra important story stuff that you wouldn't know without playing the DLC, which seems kind of crummy to me.
Yeah, it's just how games are getting rushed these days, isn't it?
Yeah,
they got to get them out, and then you don't want it. I want DLC to be extra quests or extra maps. I don't want it to be extra story.
Yeah, or if it is extra story, not. It can be related to the plot, but not plot essential stuff. That just seems...
so maybe some characters' backstories or something. Yeah, but not.
It just seems
vital
a bit
information
shitty of me, or to me, to have devs, put stuff out there and then make people pay for it when they should have put it in the game in the first place.
Or release the game and then try the DLC to remake the game.
Yes.
Or fill plot holes. It's just stupid. It's just stupid.
So, I also have some more. Do you want me to keep going? Do you have anything?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, so my next one is actually going back to character customization. And it is when you say you play a female character, and kind of by default you could play a female warrior, but they're always really skinny and really short.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just give me the big buff women,
let me
please.
swing my double axe with my little noodle arms.
I understand, obviously. Well, I don't even understand, because they can animate dudes to be big and buff. Yeah. Why can they not do the same? Yeah. Actually, you know what? I've answered my own questions because of sexism, but that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, but I just think we could also touch the whole oh, look at them in their full plate armor, but look at me in my little crop top. It's fine. No sword's gonna go there.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's silly.
But yeah, so I just wish that we had more kind of, I guess, more diversity in your female character choices.
Yeah.
And also from a super bi standpoint, I just want, I want buff women in my games.
I'm trying to think.
I can't think of one.
No, I can't think of... Oh god, I'm hoping there's no JRPG fans screaming at me right now, because I'm really trying to think.
Literally the only one I could think of a buff girl that I've seen recently is that one from Overwatch.
Oh, there's quite a few in Overwatch. Well, there's... But two.
Yeah. But I can't think of... at least at the moment, I can't really think of any other games where you have a lady warrior that isn't...
No, or even if there is, there's that few. That's why we can't remember them.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah. So I wish that's one of my biggest, game mechanic pet peeves. So, yeah. And then I only have one more after that.
All right, we'll do your one and then we'll go down mine.
So mine might seem a bit in contrast to what we were talking about earlier. And that's when you get games that are too open world. And I I think this is why I don't get on with Bethesda games, because there's kind of
they're a bit much.
There's almost like no direction, whereas at least with The Witcher, it kind of gives you main quests and it sorts them as main quests, so you know what you've got to come back to.
Yeah.
But I find with like Skyrim and Fallout, I was like, oh my god, I've got like 5 different directions to go and there's no priority. Oh my god, what do I do?
Yeah, my biggest problem with Skyrim was at one point I had so many side quests open.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the main story? What am I doing again?
Yeah.
And I lost it. They do have like a very subtle way of telling you the main thing, but I was like, I just kept losing the main quest all the time.
Yeah, I can't get on with that. Like, I'm all for open worlds, but I feel like unless you're doing like a pure, open world farming game, you need to give people like kind of a plot to follow.
Yeah. The Dragon Quest at least have a couple of NPCs in a town where if you don't know what you're doing, they're like hint at you what you're supposed to be doing. You're
you see, that's a really nice subtle way to kind of bring it back.
Like, oh, I've heard this rumor, and you're like, oh, that's where I'm supposed to be going.
Yeah. So yeah, that is my list of things I don't like done. Do you have anything else?
Yes, I have a few more. I have when it's just a tiny thing, but when you can change names of characters. Like, right. I just like being given a character and like rolling with it. But when
are you thinking about like the whole Aerith thing?
Yeah, I changed it to Aerith. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, it's because it is Aerith.
I think I just like having names given to me, because like I've messed up in Dragon Age. My name's Jade, so I've named the protag Jade because there's no name for the protag. I have to choose it. And along comes my sister, who is also called Jade.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about this.
And it's making it very confusing, because it'd be like, oh, Jade's leveled up. And I'm like, which one? Or there's certain skills that can't be used unless, like, partner skills.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, oh, you need Jade to perform this skill. And I'm like, which one? Which one do you need?
Yeah, I can see why that would be.
Yeah, it's just a minor pet peeve. But
yeah,
just give me names. I don't want to change them. It's silly. Back onto bashing Final Fantasy 13. Level caps. I don't like it when they like cap you.
No.
So like in Final Fantasy 13 you could only level up so far until you then went on to the next quest, and then you could level up again.
Oh yeah, oh god, I barely remember 13. I've like blocked it from my memory.
Yeah, it would cap you, so you could only level up so far, so you couldn't overpower yourself.
Yeah, I think that would probably be something I think it depends. I think it's a good thing in a way, because it stops you kind of, like you said, overpowering and just smashing through the game. But I feel like that's also a way to kind of really put a downer on a lot of things.
It just, after a while, you were fighting, because it does, after a while in Final Fantasy 13, you're fighting and you're not getting no EXP because you've reached your cap. And you're like, oh, great, so all these fights mean nothing, but I have to do them anyway.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Silly. We hated this one. When enemies heal themselves.
Oh, I hate that.
I know it makes sense, but like, no, you shouldn't be that smart.
Yeah, that is the worst.
Every time you're like, oh, they're a cleric, let's kill. But I feel like once the enemy's done that, you're like, we know who your cleric is. Time to die.
Yeah, I had that actually playing Persona 5 again. Because I played it on, it was like hard. I think I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do the not normal game. I'm gonna play on hard. I'm gonna be a proper gamer anyway. But like, they kept healing each other, and I was like, stop, please, don't do that.
Stop it now.
Yeah.
Especially when they do like a full heal move.
Yes.
And you're like, I literally wasted all my MP getting you down that far.
And now I have to start all over again. Yeah. Yeah, I hate that.
But I have to actually use my items and not hoard them. What else have I got? I've got boss battles with multiple forms.
Oh, you see, I quite like that.
No, I don't.
No?
No, because I'm like, woo, I've done it. Oh, no, I haven't. Especially when it's like 3 or 4. Like, stop now, please. I've killed you once.
I wouldn't want every boss to be like that, but I think for like a really big boss or like the final boss.
Yeah, I don't mind for the final boss.
Yeah.
But sometimes some games just go ham and you're like, right, enough now. Stop. Stop now. Final Fantasy X was quite bad for that.
Yeah. And that is fair. I don't know. I think that just depends on our play styles. Anything else?
Ooh, this one bites me in the butt all the time. When the party gets split and you've only trained your favourite members. There's a part in Final Fantasy VIII where this screws you over every single time.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, everyone else is at level 1 because I don't use you. And everyone else is like massive. And you're like, great. Now I've got to like practically drag around these 2 babies because you know you haven't equipped them either. So they've still got like their starting weapons. And you're like, great.
Yeah, that sucks.
That
I will agree on that.
That proper sucks. Ooh, did you like this about Persona 5? Where you could have a party, but if the pro tag dies, the game ends.
Oh, no, I hate that.
That happened to us so many times in Divinity as well, because we were the hosts. If we died, even if we had 2 members up, the game ended.
Yeah, no, I really
That's
hate
stupid.
that. Did it happen in Final Fantasy 15 as well?
Yes, isn't it if Noct dies?
I think it is.
I think it is, yeah, I think you're right. I think if Noct goes.
But yeah, that really gets me, especially when you can control your other party members.
Yeah.
So you could technically have someone bring you back. Yeah, that really, really bugs me. That happened to me a lot in Persona 5, and it got no less irritating as it went on. Especially when you're like insta-killed, and you're like, come on.
Yes.
You didn't even give me a chance here.
Yeah, that's my next point. 1 HP moves. When an enemy hits you and you have 1 HP left. Like those moves. It doesn't matter how many health you've got. It takes you automatically down to 1 HP. Yeah. I hate that. Why don't I have a move like that? Come on. Equality here. Let me have one. If you do get
it, it's like too late to even really bother using it by the time you get something like that. Yeah.
Or it has like a 1% hit chance.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that sucks.
Just bull. Levels where you have to come back with stuff that you've learned later on. So like God of War, Spyro.
Oh,
you have to keep coming back with stuff like tools that you've got or skills that you've learned or stuff like that. Again, I suppose this could be a middle ground for me. I don't love or hate this.
I don't mind that. I think it again depends how it's done. Like I feel God of War did it quite well.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
I mean, to an extent, there were some things that were really annoying because I was like, I want to get in there now. Let me in.
When you know what you need. When you know what you need, you're like,
yeah. Yeah, I guess that would be kind of a middle ground for me too. That I don't could go either way on really.
It's just I don't know. I suppose I'm just lazy and I don't want to go back.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
I'm just lazy. Get the Final Fantasy 15 gong out because we're about to bang it one more time.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Alternate endings.
That's on my could go either way list.
I don't like them. Tell me a story. Tell me one story. I don't want an alternate ending. I just don't want it.
Well, mine isn't so much alternate endings as like multiple endings. I guess
because that could ride off your consequence.
I guess that comes back to the whole consequences thing, yeah. So, like, depending on what you do, depends on the outcome you get. I don't agree in the way that you can have an alternate ending that kind of retcons everything that's happened.
Yes. Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, because they're on about... Well, they were. If episode Luna happened, wasn't it? It was going to be, oh, Luna lives! And you're like, no.
Yeah, like episode Ignis was a hot mess for...
It was...
so many reasons. But again, that's a whole other podcast. Maybe we should do that next time instead of the one we were going to do.
That would literally be like a 2-hour podcast. I would need a bottle of vodka. I would need some sort of chocolate. And I'll probably cry multiple times during it. Yeah. And my last one, the most ragey one, and I'm really surprised you didn't know this one. And I hope to God, if we know each other as well as we do,
just forgot.
You know exactly what 2 people I'm on about.
Oh God, what?
Ready?
No.
AI companions.
Oh.
Who do you think I'm on about?
That could be so many people, though.
It's two. They come as a pair, and you rely on one of them to heal you.
Oh,
got it?
I think so.
What do you think it is?
You talking about Kingdom Hearts?
Yes!
Freaking Goofy. I was always so bitter that he was a higher level than me.
Yeah, he was always like OP.
And Donald never healed me, so...
At least Goofy sometimes had your back. He'd come charging you with his shield. But Donald, you'll be dying, and he's like, right, fam? You're like, no. Heal me, because if I die...
Yeah.
We'll die. What? Like, you as Sora had no way of healing yourself.
I'd totally forgotten about that.
You literally had to 100% rely on Donald.
Oh my god, yeah, I'd forgotten about that completely.
And our next favourite AI companion, Atreus.
Oh. Don't even get us started on that again.
He's why I don't want children. Just put that controversial statement out there.
I really related every time anyone was like having a go at him. Because I was like, yeah, you tell him. Tell the kid.
If that's what having teenagers is like, I commend every parent. And I apologise to my mother and my father for ever being a teenager. Because that sucked.
Yeah, that was rough.
I was like, why am I going across the world to heal you, child? Because I'm just going to stab you myself. Like, you're lucky you're a god and you can't die. Spoiler alert. But you're lucky you can't die. Oh, that's my list out. That's my, I'm gone, I'm done.
Well, that actually leads on quite well to one of the things I have on my neutral list, which is not being able to control your other party members.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm like, yeah, that's fine, I don't mind. It gives me less things to worry about. And then other times they're so stupid and I'm like, just let me be you, please.
Yeah. The strategist in me dies when I can't control someone.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of like a game where I don't mind not controlling my other party members, but now I can't think of any.
Final Fantasy 15 you couldn't control the other three.
You couldn't. That wasn't too bad, actually.
Yeah, because you could set them up. I can't remember now. I haven't played the game in so long. You could still set them up so
control them,
so that they could heal you and stuff.
Yeah,
you could tell them what to do. You had like their special skills where you could tell them what to do. But other than that, like they would attack and heal when they thought was right. And you could tell them when to do their special skills.
God, it's been so long. I like literally can't remember.
I need to replay. I need to replay Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, so do I.
Dragon Age?
No,
do they do what they want?
No, you can control them. You can set them to do whatever they want, but you can also directly.
Oh yeah, you can switch them.
Assume
Can't you?
Control.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't think of any others now where you don't control them, but yeah.
You don't like it. You're in the middle.
Well, no, either way, really. Depends on the game.
Yeah, it depends.
Sometimes
I can't.
Sometimes I can't be bothered to babysit people, so I'm like, yeah, you do your own thing. I'll do my own thing over here. If you die, that's fine. I'll get to you after.
You're not a priority.
Yeah. What else have I got on my neutral list? Oh yeah, resource management that I mentioned earlier. I think you kind of touched on it with potions. Yeah. Like, I don't say I don't like resource management, because I do. I love being able to buy things and go to shops and stuff. But I hate it when you don't know if you need to be saving these things.
Yeah, do I need to get the gong out again?
Yes.
Final Fantasy 15. Ding, 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 ding. Nowhere did it tell you all those items that you got were useless.
Yeah.
I was keeping them because I was like, are we crafting stuff?
It's exactly that. Them? Like, I'm so used to playing games where you can craft, so I'm used to keeping all the like junk for crafting.
Yeah.
And I think, oh, I don't need that potion because there might be a big boss battle coming, and there never is. And I just don't know. I hate it. Like, I love it and I hate it. So it's like smack in the middle.
Yeah, especially when you need money, because you're like, can I sell this? Can I not sell this?
I think after a while you kind of pick up on what you can and can't sell. Like, I remember, again, talking about Final Fantasy 15, you were like, really shocked when I came and I was like, look, I've got 3 million yen. Or not yen, gil. And you were like, what? How have you got that much? And I was like, well, I sold all the junk.
Yeah, I didn't know. I suddenly went from being poor to balling. I was like, I can stay in the Golden Key. I remember when you first got to Golden Key and they're like, oh, it's like 200,000 to stay here. And you're like, what?
Make it rain by the end.
Make it rain. Now I can stay in there all the time. Private rooms for everybody.
Oh, but yeah, so I think, again, like a lot of these things on this section of my list, it depends how the game handles it, whether I enjoy it or not. But that's my neutral list. That is all of my lists.
All the lists. Yes. Oh, yours is on like paper.
Yeah, I went old school. I wrote
you
mine
went
out.
old school.
I know.
I'm on a computer because I'm like lazy.
Well, I thought if I type it, I'll have to flip between so many windows between recording and, you know.
Yeah.
The
I'm just setting myself up to have some sort of technical disaster here.
Yeah, you really are. So, I think we have come to an end of our lists. That was actually a longer podcast than I thought it was going to be. We are hitting 57 minutes almost.
I thought it was going to go over that.
Did you? I thought...
I did.
Because we were doing quite well to start with. We managed to do the likes in like 25 minutes, so I was like, oh yeah, we'll be fine. And now it's like getting on. But, you know, I think we kept it mostly on topic, which is good.
We did keep it mostly on topic. We didn't get distracted, and we had no technical difficulties this time.
Woohoo!
We maintain our professionalism, as always.
Yeah, super professional. So next time, I think we're going to be talking about books, which is something we haven't really touched on yet, because we ran out of time in episode 1, and then this was all gameplay stuff.
So we're going old school. We're going back to just books, no technology, no nothing. And I really need to update this list that I see in front of me, because I'm like, ooh, I have read a lot more since this list, including some amazing recommendations from you.
I do give good book recs.
You do give good book recs.
So yeah, I think probably if you join us next time, we'll be talking about our favourite books, maybe things that we've got on our to-be read list. Try to keep it concise, because my reading list of stuff I haven't read is currently sitting at about 40, so... I
like how I gasp and I've not got the same number.
Yeah, so I think I may have to cut that down to the things I'm thinking about reading next.
Yes. And we can also, like, similar things, we can also touch on things which we like that authors do and that which authors don't do. Like, I can't think of something off my head.
I'm going to give a few things, but I will save that for next time.
Save that juicy little tidbit for next time.
Yeah, maybe even a couple books we didn't finish.
Stuff that we put down.
I'm always kind of a bit hesitant, because I know books are different for different people, but maybe you know, people might be able to give their own experiences if they read those books that we couldn't finish, stuff like that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, so coming up to the hour mark, I think we shall be signing off, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, we will see you next time. You can find us, I think it's Hivemind Cast across all social medias, isn't it?
Yes, I think it is.
Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. We have a Twitch. It's not up and running just yet.
Yeah. YouTube, which is
YouTube
probably what
mainly.
this will be on. I think that's it. We've got an Instagram. Pretty much the general social medias.
General social medias, really. That's it. So you can find us. That's Hivemind Cast. Everything we will put more effort into tweeting stuff and stuff like that. We're new. We're learning. I'm like a social media. I'm a grandma when it comes to social media. I don't know what I'm doing. I know how to use Instagram, and that's it.
And I'm just lazy when it comes to social media. I know how it works, but it's effort. So,
one day we'll hire people to do this for us.
Yeah, that would be the goal.
That'd be the dream. So that's us signing out. I suppose we'll see everybody next time for episode 3.
Hopefully in a couple of weeks, if we can stick to our bi-monthly schedule. But it may be a little bit longer knowing how difficult it is to try and sync up our schedules.
Adult life.
Yes, great.
Love
anyway, see you next time.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.